All right, and welcome back to episode 12 of the local to global run that we are doing as TNA Wrestling in the Here Comes the Money 2001 mod for TEW 9. As you can see on our financial screen, we have done the hard part. We have gotten out of debt. We are now making money. Uh, Problem with that is that it's very slow going. Popularity is the same as it was before, and the economy and the wrestling industry are falling. That is going to keep going. Hopefully, it's going to turn around soon, but there's not a whole lot we can really do about that. Regardless of it, though, we have the upcoming Against All Odds, I don't want to say pay-per-view, but like big event. And with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to skip right to it because there's really nothing for us to do until we get to that point. So I will meet you there and we'll go over any mail or anything. And if there's nothing to cover, I'll just meet you when we get into the booking. All right, and here we are on the day of the show. We did get some mail. Frankie Kazarian sprained his ankle. Christopher Daniels defended the title, and Chris Harris is now available to work in a new game area, so nothing that's too important. We did finish signing Ron the Truth Killings. We did extend that offer last time. Now it is time for Against All Odds. This was not included in the last video, but I did sign Aaron Stevens and Andy Douglas. The reason why was because during one of the many times where we're skipping through multiple days and it'll just show random people come up on the screen, one of them was Andy Douglas. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll go out and sign him. I'll bring in Chase Stevens and I'll remake The Naturals. And that was kind of the idea that I had. Unfortunately, Chase Stevens is not in the mod, so can't use him. And while I was trying to show that, I ended up finding Aaron Stevens, who is Damian Sandow. If you recall him from WWE. So we couldn't get Chase Stevens, but we did find Aaron Stevens, and Aaron Stevens had pretty decent stats, so I brought him in. He's only 20, and I only have to pay him $10 per show. I do have to pay for travel, so it's really 60, so it could be worse, all things considered. That being said, no one gets the day off. Tonight's venue, we have 116 people coming in. Locker room incident, Simon Diamond trains his guys. Daniels was not happy with Colt Cabana, apparently irritated by the morale officer's team-building efforts. April Hunter came up to me with an idea for a finish, and that was it. So, pretty mild. We'll do an Inspire. Everyone's happy about that. Aha. You can see that we do have two matches on the docket for today. And we'll have a little bit more. We do have a 90-minute show to book out, so you will see all of that when we reach the conclusion of the booking. Alright, and here we are. Alexis Lurie versus Lacey versus April Hunter. The match had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, and April Hunter defeated Alexis Lurie and Lacey to win the NWA World Women's Championship. A 36 match rating. The surefire hit creative finish was a success. I'm very happy about that. Now, here is something that's going to be a little surprising. In a great show, or in a bout that had great wrestling and good heat, Christopher Daniels took on Ron the Truth Killings, and in his debut match for TNA, Ron the Truth Killings defeated Christopher Daniels in just under 11 minutes to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I already had Daniels under contract, so I didn't have to pay any extra money. And I figured I had more wants with Christopher Daniels. I didn't want him to potentially get hurt going somewhere else, so put that on Ron the Truth Killings, and I figured that would pop a good match, which it did. So I'm happy about that. Here we go. We have a segment where in the back, where you would see it, AJ Styles and John Cena cross paths, and they're both champions. Each one of them has a fatal four-way match later on tonight. Styles will be taking on Jason Cross, CM Punk, and Elix Skipper, whereas John Cena will be taking on Michael Shane, Chris Hero, and Monty Brown. So, they meet, they confront each other, and they wish each other good luck in their matches later tonight. And here's some random fucking thing I threw together at the last second. A tag team match. I threw it in there and I gave it to the Modern Dragons, the team of Chris Harris and Chris Sabin. They defeated Aaron Stevens and Andy Douglas. Just throw them in a match, see if it works. And it really didn't. Chris Sabin was easily the best guy in that match. That was not good. But it was just supposed to be a filler match. We go to, before the match, CM Punk comes out to cut a promo talking about taking out the old, which is AJ Styles at this point. He's been the champion forever. Really, he's been a champion for a long time. Or at least, there's been a couple of moments where it's been broken up, but for the most part, AJ's been carrying the X Division, and he's been carrying the company the whole time, too. And while he's cutting this promo, Elix Skipper comes out and runs him down for a cut, saying, that Styles doesn't deserve to have it. He's won. If you want him to not have it, beat him. And if you can't beat him, shut up. Because that's Elix Skipper. Elix Skipper believes that he is going to beat him tonight, and so he doesn't need to say anything about him. And in fact, as the match begins, this is actually where it begins, because these two start getting into a fight, and then you get the other two members, Jason Cross and AJ Styles, come in after the fact. All three of these guys have a phenomenal match. Holy Lord. Exceptional match. AJ defeated CM Punk, Elix Skipper, and Jason Cross in just under 19 minutes. Defends the title for the 9th time, a 65 match rating. Styles had a 74. That is really good. And a segment rating of 58. We then move on to the main event of the evening. You have John Cena versus Michael Shane versus Monty Brown versus Chris Hero for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And your winner is Monty Brown, who pins Michael Shane. The story of this match, it's a storytelling match right there. Boom. That was the main focus. The story of the match is John Cena having to fight 3 guys at once. And throughout the whole match, he's getting tag teamed by 2 of the 3, or gets chop blocked by one of the 3 when he starts getting on ahead. By the time we get to the end of the match, he is almost in the driver's seat. He's able to he takes out Chris Hero, knocks him out of the ring. He thinks he knocks out Monty Brown. He goes for Michael Shane. He hits him with the Blue Thunder side slam. Before he can do anything, he gets pounced by Monty Brown, who then hits Michael Shane with a powerbomb, pins him, wins the World Heavyweight title. So John Cena loses the match he loses the title without losing the match. And then we get to, after the match, Monty Brown is celebrating. He has achieved his childhood dream, which is real. He was an NFL football player. He went and played in 2 Super Bowls for the Buffalo Bills, which they both lost. And he left football to go become a wrestler. And now he's got a World Heavyweight title underneath his belt. That is a show rating of 47. I will take that. If you notice, 106 people showed up. That was about 10 people less than what we were expected to get. Well, AJ, you're still literally head and shoulders above everybody else. After that, though, I struggle to think of who I want to give this to. I mean, there's no one who we can really give it to that would be happy about it. I think I can always give it back to Cena. No. I'm actually going to give this one to Chris Hero. Chris Hero did a very good in that last match. Yeah, I think he had a 53. Yeah, we spent a little bit more money than we probably should have, but I think that was worth it. We didn't get any more popularity boost, but I think that was a pretty good show, all things considered. I mean, there was that pretty bad match all things considered. The tag team match was not great, so I think my tag team uh, foray is gonna have to just kind of go on the back burner. I didn't want to delete that. There we go. Move that. It's 31 now instead of 30. So now we're gonna move ahead to the end of the month, and we'll see how our financials are looking, and see if anything else happens along the way. All right, and we're back at the beginning of November, and the only thing that was any new noteworthy thing was Kazarian recovered from his sprained ankle. So that was that. We made $386, not very much at all. That sponsorship money is taking a nosedive. That's because it's just falling. We just got to try and weather that storm, which sucks because I want to be able to do a little bit more, but there's really not a lot we can do. It's just gonna happen. Now we are 17 days away from the new product style, and as you can see, we're 15 days away from the next show. So unless we're able to move it out, oh, we could move it to literally the end of the month. Which, you know what, I think I'm going to do November 30th. We'll move it to quite legitimately the final day that we can. And boom, that means by the time the next show comes around, we will have the new product. So I'm going to move ahead to the day of the new show so we can take a look at what the product is and we can see what we need to do to succeed. And I can't wait to not have to do horrible eye candy matches anymore. All right, here we are at the end of November, November 30th, and we've got a couple of things. Ron Killings signed a deal with NWA Florida and Ring of Honor. MCW, Memphis Championship Wrestling. Sting's there. Okay. Wow. How are you guys small? Alright, they got a financial warning. Our product production changed. We are now classic balanced. And FIP is now limited on their production. And Bob Sapp has dropped in weight. This man is built like a brick shit house. I'm bringing him in. Because I can. There's really nothing he's going to be able to do. Like, he can't wrestle. Like, let's be real here. But he can talk. He's got good charisma, and that's pretty much what I want him for. We are sitting pretty good on money, so here's where we are. Fans expect to be 80% events to be 80% matches, 20% angles. For right now, we're doing our events. We're not doing TV shows yet. We cannot. We just do not have the ability to do that right now. We don't have the production value. We don't have the ring, the live event. Not touching any of that. Events are what we're doing primarily, and that's where we need to be. Matches are rated on either 40-60 popularity, quality versus popularity, or 55-45 quality over popularity, depending on what gets the best rating. Matches less than 15 minutes. Eye candy matches will get penalized. I'm not doing those. All workers will be expected to be using a gimmick or there'll be a penalty. Ongoing storylines. Only one match needs to have a specific thing to it. We're expecting 107 fans. That would actually be more than what we had last time. We don't need anything for the booking meeting. Mickey J left the locker room when a silly game he created quickly became very popular backstage. Simon Diamond doing his thing. What in God's name is this? Okay, so you see it too. Loki almost. Okay, we're finding Loki. I just saw Loki on the name. I don't know what happened. I pretty much just had to go with whatever I saw. And granted, it wasn't very much. Let me look at the backstage. Well, we're doing average. Here we are at the beginning of show number 31, held in front of 109 people. That's a little bit more than they were expecting us to have. CM Punk defeated Paul London with a top rope pedigree. 48, 46 in-ring performances, 47 match rating, 41 segment rating. We then go on to the next one after the events of the last pay-per-view. We come into this show. John Cena exercises his rematch clause and will take on John Cena in a rematch. During the match is going on. John Cena and Monty Brown are fighting each other. At about 9 minutes in, Chris Hero runs in and attacks Monty Brown, disqualifying John Cena, ending the match, and Monty Brown defends the title. After the match, you have a little bit of a tussle between all three. Monty Brown gets kicked in the gut, and John Cena is able to clothesline Hero out of the ring. Cena and Brown have a tense stare down. Brown leaves, and that leads us into this promo where John Cena says, "I've had enough of this. You've now cost me. You've attacked me twice in 2 title matches, 3 times in 3 title matches. 2 I was defending, and 1 I'm trying to get it back. And now you've pissed me off, and now I want to fight you, put you away for good." And Chris Hero goes, "All right, I'll see you next week." 48 match rating. And then we head on to the main event of the evening. AJ Styles defeated James Storm with a spiral tap. He has defended the title 10 times, quite literally carrying James Storm to a 42 match rating. That was not bad. A 51. And that did pretty all right. We'll go AJ, and then let's do Chris Hero again. So let's just keep making AJ happy so he just doesn't want to leave. And oh my god, yeah, we were very frugal, so we actually made money off of that show. Popularity, nothing. I'm not sure why I'm surprised by that. That's just what I should expect at this point. And now we're actually going to jump right over into the beginning of December. And nothing is new. Nothing is here. That's the second article talking about AJ being the focal point of success. Yeah, he is the focal point of the promotion. Yeah, he's the only guy who is routinely putting on great matches regardless of who he's facing. $999 we made last month. We are sitting at almost enough money to pay Jeff Jarrett. And you better believe when I have the money for that, I'm bringing him back. Just not anytime soon, because my God, that is a lot of money to give one guy. So, do we have any spillover? Nope. No, nothing has been achieved at all. That sucks. Who is Dangerous by Design? I don't even know who that is. Where are we at? MCW got another financial warning. Bob Sapp is leaving to go fight in the MMA. Ron the Truth Killings went and had a title defense, and Dangerous by Design won the NWA World Tag Team titles. I don't know who that is. Who is that? Super Crazy and Seth Delay. Well, I wonder how much you're going to cost. But I didn't have to pay that money, so I'm fine with that. Finance. Oh my God. Oh. How bad is the economy? Oh, it's very weak. Nobody gets the night off. You should all know the drill by now. 107 fans. I'll believe that when it shows up. Because it's only a matter of time before we eat the bullet on one of those. Locker room incidents. Johnny Giobosco? Who are you, random guy? No, go away. Apparently, the pair of Simply Luscious and Colt Cabana have been hanging out a lot. Paul London almost got into a fight with Low Key after Paul London damaged his rental car. You're getting fined. Simon Diamond does his thing like he normally does. Beth Phoenix came to me with an angle idea, and that is it for the night. We are leaving. All right. And now I will go ahead and book the show, and this time we're actually going to have a women's match. So that'll be nice to see, and I'll see you there. Here we go. It is the beginning of the show. Weekly event number 32 in front of 106 people. A little less than what they said. I think missing one. Jazz defeated April Hunter, and now Jazz has regained the NWA World Women's Championship. A 23 match rating. This was just a normal match. I think I had it as storytelling. So a regular match, no more eye candy BS. We're going with straight up good women's wrestling, or at least as good as we can get it with what we got. Jazz is a good wrestler. April Hunter has good abilities and I think can become a good wrestler, but she needs more time. So we're going to put it on Jazz. Now we go to the rematch. We go to the match that was talked about last week. Chris Hero versus John Cena. John Cena defeats Chris Hero with a Blue Thunder side slam. And now, bang, John Cena will have a shot at the title. And this time, Chris Hero cannot interfere. We then go on to the penultimate angle of the show. AJ Styles comes out and he does what he always does. He says the same goddamn promo he does every month. If you want to have a fight for the X Division Championship, come on down and wrestle. Well, little did he expect to see the TNA World Heavyweight Champion walk down the aisle. He comes down with the microphone and he says, "I am here to gain not only to beat you and gain the NWA TNA X Division title. After I do that, I'm taking the tag team title. I'm becoming the first ever Triple Crown champion in TNA history, and I'm going to hold all three belts at once." So that's what Monty Brown wants, and he takes the opportunity to wrestle AJ Styles, and they put on a halfway decent match because they went to a draw. Why? Because as they're outside with a wrestling, unbeknownst to the referee, Michael Shane comes out, attacks Monty Brown and AJ Styles out of view, and runs away. So both of them end up missing the 10 count, ending in a draw. Technically, the title doesn't change hands, but it's not in the defense. So therefore, nothing happens. And that is how the show ends. A 42, not as good as the previous show, but still a good showing overall. I'm giving this one to AJ and Chris Hero again. And the hope is that this time, Chris Hero will be a little happy. Yes, he was. We made some money. That's what we're going to have to do from now on. We don't have the ability to just coast off of the sponsorship money, because the sponsorship money is drying up because people are running out of money. Ron Killing signed with 0-1, and he held on to the title, which means 0-1 must not have had him lose. Yeah, he beat Onryo. Not bad, not bad. All right, we're going to go ahead and go to the end of the month, which means it's going to be the end of the year, which also means it is going to be time to go over all of the awards and whatnot. So I will see you there, and we'll go over all of them together. And here we are at the end of the year 2003 and the beginning of 2004. Now, there is no show to be had in January. That'll have to be for the next episode. But what we can do is go over everybody that's won an award. So starting off, we have Eddie Guerrero being the Male Wrestler of the Year. Chyna being the Female Wrestler of the Year. Company of the Year is the WWF. Edge and Christian Cage win Tag Team of the Year. Female Tag Team of the Year is Aja Kong and Shark Tsuchiya. Match of the Year was William Regal and Chris Benoit beating Taker and Stone Cold. No Way Out was the Show of the Year. Kenta was the Male Young Wrestler of the Year. Female Young Wrestler of the Year was Jackie Gata. Male Veteran Wrestler of the Year was Kevin Nash. Female Veteran Wrestler of the Year was Terry Powers. Most Improved Company of the Year was Memphis Championship Wrestling. Hopefully they didn't go out of business. Is that Hayabusa? Yeah, Hayabusa. Male Independent Wrestler of the Year. Female Independent Wrestler of the Year was Shark Tsuchiya. Hey, Roddy, you've won this the third year in a row. Lita is the Female Manager of the Year. Ooh, play-by-play commentator is not JR for a change. It's Joey Styles. And Big Schwag is the male color commentator of the year. Tiger Hattori is the male referee, and the female referee is Nikon Lee. All of that is pretty much the same beginning of the new year, and all we have to do is look at our own stuff. That's still falling. I was hoping that would change, but alas. Where is end of year awards? Male Wrestler of the Year, AJ Styles wins it for the second year in a row. No duh. I mean, he is by far and away the best guy we got. Match of the year, AJ Styles versus Amazing Red. That wasn't even close. Like how no match. I think if we go, I don't think a single match came anywhere near it. The Fatal 4-Way match at the pay-per-view actually kind of closed the gap, so now it's only the best by 6 points instead of 7. After that, we had Card of the Year, which was weekly event number 22, and male referee is Mickey J. Good job, Mickey J. You're the only referee you have, so therefore you win it by default. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you all again in the next one. Goodbye.